What's going on, Legion? As you're like always, and we got kind of an interesting um, movie trailer reaction. Well, a movie coming out, interesting in general for anything involving that. This is the Amanda Knox movie. If you don't know who Amanda Knox is, she's an American girl that was staying at a home, like renting rooms out, renting a place to live out while she was, like, I think, studying abroad. She had in Italy. She went out with her friends, and when she came back, her roommate, I believe is a roommate, and I think maybe even another person, I can't exactly remember, were murdered. And the Italian government locked her up for like years and wouldn't release her. They didn't give her the benefit of the doubt. They treated her like a substandard person. I believe it was because she was American that she was treated the way she was treated, prejudice towards our country and our people. And I think they were trying to make an example out of an innocent person. Whether she's guilty or not, I don't know. I think the more and more you try to wrap your head around the story, the more and more it seems like someone could be guilty. But that's you going with all the information, and then you're just kind of going re-over it. She was found innocent after years, finally able to come home, lost a lot of her life to this prison, to this situation, because she was unjustly kept from, her country, her family. Her family had to spend, tons of money to go see her, to, lawyers, to do this, do that, because they wouldn't give her the benefit of the doubt. They wouldn't treat her like a person. And there's more to that. There's more. I'm really just kind of roughly defining, all of this, because it's been a long time since I've even read about this. You can check out, I think she wrote a book. And then eventually she came home, and then the Italian government, I think a year, 2 years later, some years later, I think it was, said that they're going to try to retry her because of some new evidence, or because for whatever reason, they go, oh, we can retry her, we're going to retry her. And I believe she said no. I don't exactly remember. I think she might have said, I'm not leaving my country, and that's just going to be that. I believe. And if she wasn't given the, I think she was like technically given amnesty. I don't exactly remember. I don't exactly know that part. I remember hearing one time that the Italian government wanted to retry her again, and I don't exactly remember what happened. If she just said, I don't have to leave my country, or I'm not going to, or if it just never amounted to anything. I don't exactly remember how that part ended, because it kind of left the news. So let's check this out, and let's see how angry this makes me.
If I'm guilty, it means that I am the ultimate figure to fear, because I'm not the obvious one.
Anybody?
Everyone is talking about it.
Foxy
Feeding
Knox.
frenzy for everyone. What more would you want in a story? I mean, all you're missing is the royal family and the Pope.
I've known her only for 5 days.
Perché la ragazza è stata coperta? All'uomo, a uno sconosciuto, non verrebbe in mente questa cosa.
Did you kill Meredith? How did things
A
get
man. Sexist.
If I'm innocent, it means that everyone is vulnerable. And that's everyone's nightmare. Either I'm a psychopath in sheep's clothing, or I am you.
I think the way she looks, the way her eyes go, the way she says things scares people when they think that she's guilty. Because there's definitely people that have looked into the camera like that, and I've gone, yeah, you're fucking crazy. Casey Anthony, you're fucking nuts. I'm not somebody that's like this huge crusader for justice. I'm not that good of a person. Whether she did or not, it's like is a whole different scenario. But I'm not going to say Italians at heart are a certain way, but there has been stereotypes of the Italian people, of some Italian people, that are sexist, pig-headed sometimes, and I don't believe that's the majority of their people. I believe the majority of the people are just awesome, lovely people that I think, do things the right way for the most part, have a good life, and love to live in a beautiful country. I think that's just how it is. But when that guy said no man would do this, I go, well, there's a stereotype right there, isn't it? No man could do this. I would think that when Casey Anthony killed her own daughter and then made her disappear, I think a lot of people said, no woman could do that. No mother could do that, could they? But they did. Look at a Jodi Arias from my state of Arizona. She was dating a guy that was Mormon, which means that they couldn't have relations outside of marriage, which they were. He was afraid that his friends and family would, his other friends and family, like his close friends knew, but he was afraid that his friends and family would kind of know about this, that his church would know and get in trouble, that he was hooking up with this girl, that he was dating some girl that was maybe, I think, out of his religion. And that varies. That story's different. And so he was essentially having a booty call with his girl that she agreed with. Now, there may be emails, there may be things that he treated her like a dick. He never laid his hands on her. He never beat her. But he was kind of like a douchey frat guy, right? It's kind of how he came off. He may not have treated her with the most respect. He may not have been the greatest person. And what did she do? She, for the most part, like slit his throat in the shower. Then she mutilated his body, stabbing him, I forgot, more than a dozen times. And I believe shot him twice in both eyes, or something along those lines. Again, it's been a long time since I've researched any of these facts because I didn't think about that until just now. And I think that if Jodi Arias can mutilate a man that towers over her and somehow she killed him and then mutilated his body, Amanda Knox is more than capable of doing these things. It's not just some man's world that violence can happen. Women can do just as much evil as men can do. And I personally believe that the evidence showed in Knox's trial was circumstantial. I believe for the most part she was innocent. Even if she was guilty, the way the justice system over there was working when she was being arrested, I think for most people, it didn't even care that she might have been guilty. What most people saw was the Italian government taking advantage of an American citizen and treating her like an animal instead of giving her the rights she deserves as a person. And I think most people just said, fuck it, I don't care. I don't care what she did. Fuck them. Fuck that country. Fuck everybody involved. Fuck their media for calling her these names and calling her a monster and a thing. Hell, I bet you some people were like, good, I'm glad some of your people died. I'll bring her back. I'm sure that people were that angry. And I've seen a lot of that stuff. I've seen a lot of people speak out back when this happened. There's a siren going off, thank you. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were like, there were people that were talking in the news, they were interviewing, that were so upset that this was happening to an American citizen, the way they were being portrayed, or that she was being betrayed. I'm sure there's a lot of people that hated everything about what was going on over there. And there were some people that were just like, kill the bitch. She did it. I think she did it. She did it, right? Don't you think she did it? I think she did it. Kill her. Put her to death. And for me, I watched a lot of that coverage. I've listened to that stuff for a long time. And as of right now, not being so fresh with all the information, my last thought, remembering when I saw this last, was that she didn't do it. That she had alibis, that she was out, that the guy she was with was somebody that she literally only knew for 5 days. The fact that he was forced to confess, I believe, he was forced to confess that he did something wrong. That's what they did. That's why I was so angry, is they pressured him. They didn't want the truth. They wanted to make an example out of innocent people. And anything that could have corroborated any truth was dismissed. And I think that's why people hated the whole situation over there. And so, yeah, if you guys want to check that out, go check this one. This I don't know if this is actually out on Netflix yet. I didn't see when this was coming out. Maybe it'll show us right now. Hold on, let me go check. On September 30. Oh, it just came out. I'm going to watch that tonight. I don't really get scared of people that do this stuff. Menendez brothers, or whoever. And, you know, she doesn't scare me. Casey Anthony doesn't scare me. People that do these horrible things. I realize there are people in the world that do evil things. And we can't just police all evil. Evil is a thing that happens in the world, and it's always going to be there. And you just you have to accept that and understand it and realize that there's certain things there's necessary evil, and then there's just pointless evil. And somebody robbing a convenience store is pointless. But if somebody wants to try to rule the world, that's just the way people work. It's a weird thing to kind of talk about. It's a weird thing to kind of try to understand. That may be a different video. Who knows? All I know is that she doesn't scare me. There was things that she did that everybody's like, whoa, that's weird. Things that she said, things that she did when she got home after being, you know. And honestly, I can understand that when something happens in my life, somebody dies, and then I go do something over here, and they're like, whoa, aren't you grieving? It's like, I'm just doing whatever I can to kind of keep my mind off things. And people were interpreting what she was doing. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like the video, like the content I do here, you can like, subscribe, and share. Remember, it's clear to you. I do appreciate it, though. People with motorcycles, man, they live all around me. Can't get away from it. Sorry. But yeah, you can check out anything I do. Links down below. If you want to leave a comment, love to see hear all the comments. Links are like recommended. Please leave a link. I don't want to go searching for shit. It takes forever when there's dozens of comments. It takes a long time. Once again, my name is Azrael. I'll see you on whatever video I'm doing next. And if you want to help me, give me some love in my Rocket League unboxing video, please go check that out. I'd really appreciate it. Later, guys.